And welcome to the post-game show. I'm the coach Dick Cox, joined by Barry Toney here at Bank of America Stadium today. Well, 13 was always my game number. It was my lucky number today for the Carolina Panthers as they win their 13th straight this year. I think 17th straight game over the last 2 years. Panthers come in and just demolish the hated rival Atlanta Falcons. What was the final score? 38 to nothing. 38 to nothing.
38 to nothing. And Coach, if I had to put them out as one word, and that's the word you used, completely demolished from the start all the way to the finish.
You know, it was said several times. I heard Jared Allen saying, all-pro defensive lineman, a great pickup that the Panthers made during the middle of the season, though. As many big games as he played for the Minnesota Vikings and all, that he said he didn't think he'd ever played in a game before that was a shutout.
Hey,
hard to do in the NFL.
Hey, you're absolutely right, Coach. I know Cam said, you know, there have been other games where they played, you know, almost to perfection. But I tell you what, today was pretty close there, Coach, from start to finish.
At one time in the fourth quarter, I looked at the stats through 3 quarters. The Panthers ran 48 plays for 404 yards. The Falcons had run 45 plays for 140 yards. That ain't going to get it done.
You're absolutely right. If I had to pinpoint one good play that the Falcons had today, which in a way is kind of bad, their punting game was pretty good, Coach. Hey, Coach, he wore his leg out today, didn't he?
He sure did, though. And I heard another comment by Jared Allen and several other players in talking about last week. The defense was not up to par for the Carolina Panthers. And basically, they used the word that they were embarrassed by the way they played last week down in New Orleans. Kind of had a little chip on their shoulder of how they wanted to play today, though. And I think they more than proved that they're one of the top defenses in the NFL.
Hey, absolutely, Coach. You know, be what, 13-0? I tell you what, they're playing great football right now all the way across the board.
13-0, 3 to go, taking them one at a time, move one step closer. They did clinch today a home playoff game, their first round bye, but they're looking next towards building clinching, or they would get to play all of the games right here in the bank.
And I tell you what, Coach, that would really mean something too, as though Cam Newton was talking, you know, during his post-game interview, how important the fans' support is to the Panthers.
Again, that would be really neat to know that the road to the Super Bowl goes through Charlotte and up I-85.
Hey, you're absolutely right. The way things go, I think that very well happened. But just like I heard, you know, Greg Olsen talk about, they have to take it one play at a time, one down at a time, and you know, you're literally taking one game at a time. And I think they got a great opportunity to possibly end up going undefeated throughout the regular season.
Had a chance to ask both Ron Rivera this and Cam Newton this about how important it is here in Week 14, Game 13, to be able to take your starters out in the fourth quarter, not have to play starters, to be able to get some other guys, say like Anderson coming in for Cam and all, to get some of the rust off in game situation. That's got to be a big benefit because they may need some of these backup players down the road.
Hey, you're absolutely right, Coach. As we saw this afternoon's game, we had quite a few people that had to go out because of injuries on both sides, the Falcons and the Panthers side. So that next person who's behind there only one play away, and they just have to step it up.
Very scary moment during the game. Greg Olsen goes down with a knee injury, and you know, Cam Newton put his hands in his head and basically went over there immediately and was asked the question, what were your thoughts when you got over there and saw Greg Olsen down? He said the same thing all the fans did, though. But Greg Olsen did bounce back, could have played, and I saw a very interesting thing. Greg Olsen has played 140 games in the NFL and only missed 2 games in 140 games.
That's unbelievable. And for being a tight end, that's been highly of him. And I think he's one of the unsung heroes of the Panthers. Very consistent player, and always plays hard, and the other players play off that too.
On a bad note, the Panthers today lost Ben Wickery, who was their nickel back, number 25, to a fractured leg. He pretty much going to be lost for the rest of the season. Panthers said they'd have to see what was going to happen right now, but you know, they have made some great moves. They picked up a defensive back with Charles Tillman being out right now for a few games. They went out and got a defensive back who was on, nobody had a veteran defensive back, and Dave Gettleman has made some great moves during the season this year, and I'm sure they'll go out and find somebody who can come in and fit this team right now And again, this would be a great team to want to come play for.
I guarantee you, hey, when you're undefeated, what other team would you like to play for? And I'm sure that the way the things are going now, it looks like Mo is certainly on the Panthers side, and good decision making. They'll find somebody.
The thing that's pleasing to me, and I have been here all year long watching this team play, this team's getting better. You know, from week to week, we were saying, you know, we won and still did not play. When I say the we, I'm talking the Panthers. Won the game, but still had not played their best football. Well, they're starting to play well now. Again, this used to be a team that was run, but they showed today they're capable of the quick strike that Ted Ginn caught 2 touchdown passes, one 74-yarder that he actually did not drop this week. We give him a hard time, I think, for leading the league and drop touchdown passes, but he did make 2 touchdown catches, and Ed Dixon, who was playing in place of Olsen, made a super touchdown catch with his hands in the end zone too.
Coach, you're absolutely right. And I tell you what, I haven't been up here seeing as many games what you have, but the times I've seen Cam Newton, boy, he was really on the money today. He was threading that needle, and now with them, you know, having a very good running attack and that passing opening up, I tell you what, I look for the Panthers go a long way.
Oh, Newton has developed into a passer instead of a thrower. I think early in his career he was a thrower. But when he throws the ball, it's on a line, it's a rope,
and needle,
you better catch it, or if it goes through your hands, it's going to hurt you. But he has developed into a fine passer right now, and there's a lot of talk, and he won't talk about this because he does not want to, but, you know, he's got to be right up there at the top in the MVP category.
Hey, I totally agree there, Coach. He is certainly, you know, the main leader of the Panthers, and well, looks how he goes, how the Panthers are going right now. Hey, they're looking good.
You know, one thing I noticed, and I look for little things like this being a former coach like you do too, when there were players down injured at times for the Panthers, of who was on the field checking on those guys. And I know when there were injuries down there, Cam was one of the first ones over to go check on Olsen. I noticed when Ben Wickery went down, I look, and Lee Kuechly, who was the captain of the defense, was out there along with Josh Norman, Roland Harper, and all like that, though. But you can tell the family atmosphere they have, that one of their fellow teammates goes down, they want to go out there and let them know, hey, you know, we're thinking about you, we got your back.
Hey, you're absolutely right there, Coach. And I tell you what, they're certainly showing, you know, care and communication, collective responsibility, and trust and loyalty to one another, and pride.
Again, next week the Carolina Panthers go on the road to play the New York Giants. Then they've got to play this same team, and you know, it's kind of scary having to go to Atlanta after a game like today. That Atlanta, you know, the game today was already chippy a little bit, that there were a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct and personal fouls, but you know, going down there, that might be a key game. Atlanta may have already clinched home field playoff throughout by that time and like that. You know, you hate to have to play a team like Atlanta twice during the last month of the season.
Hey, you're absolutely right, Coach. I think this Panthers team, they realize what stakes are ahead of them. I think they're taking one game at a time.
You know, one advantage the Panthers do have is that their head coach, and I saw this up on the billboard today, is the only person as a player and coach to ever be 12-0 in their career. He did it when he was a linebacker for the Chicago Bears. They were 12-0 coming today being a coach, but he is the only player in NFL history to both be 12-0 as a player and a coach.
And that's certainly good too, because he can relay a lot of his past experience, which he had, to what's happening today.
Well, the spirits are high in Charlotte. We're watching right now over to the side. They're having a Cam Newton moment over here where the Cam Newton Foundation, one of his foundations, are taking a picture, and they're all excited and got everybody over there though. But to say the least, the holiday season is very merry in Charlotte right now.
You're absolutely right, Coach, and I think it will continue to be so.
We will be back to catch the regular season finale against Tampa Bay in a couple of weeks. Panthers go on the road till that time, but we want to wish all of our Panther viewers out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Until then, he's Coach Toney. I'm Coach Cox. Merry Christmas.
Same here.